We perfectly start with that effects, is it? No, preventive measures, is it? Now, before I take you to the chapter, let's get into the questions first. Because I feel here, and the first one, how can we check the vehicular pollution? What is carpooling? What are the benefits of public transportation? And give 3 principles of organic farming. Out of these 3 topics, I think organic farming is something new, correct? So shall I touch upon that topic first? Or do you know what is carpooling and other stuff? Preventive measures. Okay. So any idea what is this organic farming? Okay. That's very good. Very good. How it is possible? After hydroponic farming, I mean, now you get that tomatoes which are very small, cherry tomatoes. Have you tried it at least? And then we have something called a spinach. But we have spinach leaves is only this much. They call it as baby spinach. And then you'll have capsicum of different colors. Baby corn. What is that colorful? I don't know. What is that? Yellow color and reddish color. And they are quite nutritious. Paprika, correct. But then, as you were saying, now we have reduced the use of soil and 0 fertilizers. I don't know. In some hotels in Mumbai, they serve food which are used by these. Vertical farming. Vertical farming. Space is less for a country like Netherlands, Amsterdam, where the space is less, but they have layer by layer that farming. So if I have 1 square feet, I try to keep a 10 layer. That is something called as vertical. Japan, I think in the last lecture you have seen, they are the people, Japan and China, they've introduced both pisciculture and farming together. You know what is pisciculture? Where rice seeds or rice plants are grown, they introduce fish seedlings. By the time the rice grows, the fish also grow. And what is good thing about the fish? It will eat all that unwanted. Right? So we believe today this biological farming is nothing but where we are reducing the use of pesticides. If I reduce the use of pesticides, what will happen? The pollution which we have done last class. What is that? Soil pollution can be minimized. I don't know if you're next time traveling to Mumbai Pune Express highways, you might have seen that top of the hill, that white color cloth like farming. Okay. Anybody have visited that sites? Have you heard this company called Organic Fresh? They are the people who grow maybe like vegetables, even fruits, water and stones only. I have not seen soil. And then they are not using any pesticides. But definitely they have invested huge. So definitely it is a bit costly. But then highly nutritious. So let us directly go into that part of the chapter first. Then we will come behind. Okay. Look at that page number 209. Did you see? Organic farming, open bracket, is a holistic system of farming. I have to explain this word. Why is the word holistic here written? Christian boy. First of all, holistic. Are you? कभी नहीं जाता क्या nearby church or कभी नहीं parents school. So the word holistic means it is just next to God. Do you feel any person of your life is just next to God? Shall I say parents? Teachers? God ही नहीं है पर काय का next to God. So we believe holistic means where it is going to reduce all the problems of pollution which are related to this. Look at the second line. Raising crops in such a way so as to keep, underline, soil alive and in good health. Do we make soil alive and dead also? If I'm using excessive fertilizer, second line. If I'm using too many of chemicals, this barren lands for a country like India, can we say if the barren lands are increasing, it is a positive signal? Have you heard about a book which very few people understand called Panchatantra Stories? They say this Rajasthan, that is the western part of Rajasthan, was not a desert maybe few centuries ago. And what happened? When I heard it, I don't know whether it is truth or not. Crimes rate, killing of people, massacring by one of the king, definitely, was in such a way that one of the sages given the punishment or given a curse that the day when it stops killing will, till that time, every one blood or shed is then that part of that land will become barren. I had gone some parts, not exactly. They say one part of the village still in Rajasthan after 6, except the local people, no visitors are allowed to go in. On that, maybe. What is the reason? Is it reality? If you want to check, let's say you stay after 6, but definitely government doesn't allow you. So here I'm trying to say there was a time when the soil was our the biggest gift. So that is why we are using the which word? So holistic gift. Are we able to maintain the gift? Maybe or may not be. Wait. Boy, you come out and will you help your friend? Na? Say thanks to him. He doesn't want to because he was a कानून के पैर लंबे होते. So we always believe if I keep practicing the farming which is going to destroy my soil, maybe next few years, 10, 50, what will happen to the entire soil on the earth? Boom. So let us now only relax. Because how many of you and me understand the importance of exam? Sir, only when tomorrow is a paper and today I understand. Sir, call paper, sir, call paper. I myself also during my stage of student's life, even I have did the same. The whole night I used to not allow my mother to sleep. चलो बैठो exam है. मम्मी बोली तेरा है तो क्या होगा कंपनी के लिए बैठो. And all 6 or 7 papers which are at one, I will be making a promise as soon as the exam. Next time से ना exam का 1 महीने पहले start करें. अब बोलेगा पक्का? पक्का. Then paper खत्म, promise also खत्म. Again that same routine goes. Exam पढ़ लेगा. Then again that exam fail. So at least you and me can cover up the portion by staying little bit awake and doing some hard work. But can we cover up the soil which is you and me are going to lose? So which is the only farming which can bring a solution? Organic. That's what we are reading. Let's go ahead. The other biological materials along with beneficial microbes to replace the nutrients to crops for increased sustainable production. Increase to सब मालूम है. What is the word sustainable production for you and me? उधर लिखो long life, for long time. ऐसे नहीं कि only for 20 years, 30 years that soil is gifted. बाकी time उसके ऊपर कर्ज हो गया. I'll show you. Boy, you read the next line story.
It excludes the use of synthetic inputs.
Underline the word synthetic. What is the other word for synthetic? Anybody? Okay. Or you can write man-made herbs. Go ahead. What is that input?
Such as fertilizers, pesticides, hormones, and feed additives, and relies upon crops rotations.
Okay, underline the word crop rotation. I think this you might have studied in science, na? Stop crop. One video will be solved. What is organic farming?
It took hundreds of thousands of years for the human population to reach 1 billion.
And in less than 200 years, that has increased to nearly 7.5 billion people. Many scientists calculate the sustainable population to be about 2 billion people, which means we need to manage our resources and food production very carefully to cater to the extra 5.5 billion people. As populations have grown, farming practices have become more intensified to maximize crop yields and ensure that we can feed our ever-growing population. Fertilizers and pesticides are used on crops. Animals may be kept inside in more densely packed sheds to maximize milk yields or egg production, to speed up the time needed for the animal to be ready to be sent to the market for meat. To learn more about conventional farming, watch our video on home agriculture. In this video, we're going to look at an alternative to conventional farming, organic farming. We're going to see what it is in theory and the pros and cons of this method in relation to other modern agriculture methods. Organic farming currently accounts for about 1% of agricultural land worldwide. It focuses on sustainability and is thought to have less detrimental effects on the environment than conventional farming. This has led to it being proposed as an alternative to conventional agriculture for helping to overcome the climate change crisis we are currently experiencing. But the debate continues, as it is not a perfect solution. In theory, organic farming should not use chemical fertilizers, herbicides, and pesticides, or feed additives for livestock. It requires the farmer to use more natural alternatives. This results in lower yields, but the farmer can sell their product at a higher price because consumers believe the product is of a higher quality. Instead of fertilizers, manure is used. This recycles waste and improves the soil structure. However, it is smelly and more difficult to apply than chemical fertilizers. It also means the farmer has less control over the mineral content they are putting into their soil. Crop rotation is used to reduce diseases building up in the soils and to strengthen the soil composition. Certain crops, such as the legume family, so peas and beans, fix nitrogen from the air and increase the nitrates in the soil. This makes the soil much more fertile. And so farmers rotate legumes with their other crops. Growing multiple crops is, however, less efficient and produces lower yields than specializing in one or fewer crops. Instead of using herbicides, weeding is the preferred organic farming technique. This is, of course, much more environmentally friendly because it is chemical-free, but it is very labor-intensive. So this does mean more crops available, which is a great thing. Organic farming is thought to maintain the biodiversity better than conventional farming because fewer chemicals are used. There are more bumblebees and insects in the area because pesticides haven't been used. Weeds and monocrop plants can grow as herbicides aren't used. Biodiversity benefits the food chain across all levels, with plants up to foxes. These are the theories of organic farming. It is how we farmed for 100,000 years before the Industrial Revolution. It is generally thought that organic farming is much better for biodiversity and also produces a healthier product because less chemicals are used to it. In the second video on organic farming, we will look at some of the problems of organic farming and the reality of what it means to be an organic farmer.
I'll show you the real videos in mobile. Add one to certain farms. I stayed there for 1 or 2 days. पुणे के आगे है और लोनावाला वो मेरा एक फ्रेंड है he's a owner of that farm. वो गाड़ी भी ऐसा जंगल के अंदर है ना ऊपर तक लेके जाता है I don't know. Not only once and twice फिर मैं आ गया बहुत दूर अंदर.
पुणे में जो farms है वो पूरे outskirts में है.
वो पूरा हिली आगे.
तुझे पता है 10 साल इन्वेस्ट करने पे तुझे मिल सकता है रिटायरमेंट में 7 करोड़.
मैं तो कर रहा हूँ मैं डूबेगा. करोड़ क्या होता है? बहुत बड़े-बड़े इंजीनियर्स के काम करते हैं. ऑर्गेनिक फार्म.
We follow the model of family farms. Like we always believe that we need other family doctors, family models. Similarly, you should have a family farm because you need a farm 3 times a day, but at least professionals you need once. The whole idea behind this is not only to have a relationship, also to educate urban consumers about seasonal and regional crops. And summers में broccoli क्यों नहीं मिलता, winters में watermelon क्यों नहीं मिलता, because everything is available in malls. We never think about it. The whole idea is that one should eat regional, seasonal, and clean food. But wherever they are buying, it's fine.
Family farm.
We decided that farm should be self-sustainable, and we decided to adopt biodynamic concept because biodynamic farming guides us that every farm is small ecosystem. Like whosoever is living in that ecosystem, 80% of their need should be fulfilled from the farm itself. At the same time, we took purely from permaculture, like we do mulching and other things. We took some from ancient wisdom, like we do Panchagavya, genome, all those things also.
That is level born in 2010. And basically, both of us, we belong to a farmer family. And this idea came from that only because it's our ancestral farmers.
So you can say farming was in our genes. When we took the land, there was no road, no electricity, no water, and not even a single tree. And because there was no fiber in the soil was very clayey, there was no porosity in the soil. So when the first time the rain came, there was water logging for good 3 days. And first thing we did after rain stopped, we created a water harvesting system. So first we created 6 feet deep pits, and those 6 feet deep pits were interconnected. And then they were going to a 10 feet, 10 feet deep pits. And then finally, when there was a 20 feet deep well. So all this all is connected. So when one pit is full, excess water goes to another, and then finally that 20-foot well gets fulfilled. So within 6 months we got another piece of land which was truly depicting Rajasthan soil. Both the farms are interconnected. So that's how we did. And then we started planting the trees because we realized that rains were doing the soil erosion also. So we started planting fruit trees, other trees which birds love, then some medicinal trees. That's how we started looking. So when we started this farm, we divided it into different zones, A, B, C, D. Fundamental rule is that if one crop is grown here, it should not come back to this piece of land before 3 years, because every crop takes out one particular nutrient from the soil. So the soil takes for 2 years to enrich back with the same nutrients. So at a time on one bed, we grow 3 to 4 types of crops. So that is the kind of an intensive organic farming where all crops are symbiotic. Like you see these mustards. You will see them in patches at different places on farm. They are actually trap crops. So when aphid will come, the aphid will attack these mustards. And my main crop like wheat and other, they will be sick. So this is all namaste. This is all wheat which has come from mother farm, and cows will enjoy it. We have around 900 cows and few 1, 2 small cows. We started with 2 cows. All our cows are named after rivers. They all have their own river names. And they are the most valuable ones. Staff who looks after the cows, they always say, but इनको school भेजने का जरूरत है. Otherwise, so they are so smart. We believed in green circular economy. The whole idea was whatever is generated from here, it should come back and it should be for the residents of Kerala. So keeping that in mind, we decided that this farm should be a woman-led farm, basically. Actually, I'm just a custodian. Farm belongs to our team. Because
ChatGPT सीखना है, आ जाओ, सिखा दूंगा.
Show you that vertical farming in Italy. This is coming in India as well as Maharashtra also. It's normally European concept.
Today, we are visiting True Garden, a vertical aeroplane food farm. I was really excited to go here because I originally stumbled across.
Microphone.
Oh, why are you so sad, little kitty? That's great. So, what's the concern? Go, have fun. Sad. But what if I tell you, you can still do farming without soil? Yes. So in today's episode, let me reveal this magical technique of farming by answering an evergreen question. What is hydroponics? Zoom in. As we know, in a traditional method of farming, plants need sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, and most importantly, soil for vital minerals and nutrients. But this soil-based agriculture has its own challenges as it needs constant supply of fertilizers for good quality crops and pesticides for eliminating soil-borne pests and diseases, which can be harmful to human health and the environment. So to avoid these issues, ancient Babylonians started a water-based method called hydroponics, which consists of two parts: hydro, which means water, and phoros, which means labor. And as the name implies, here the water does all the hard work for providing the required nutrients to the growing plant in the absence of soil. But the vital question is, how does it work without soil? Well, you will be surprised to know that the soil itself is not really required by the plants to grow. Instead, it is just the nutrients present in it. So all we need to do is put the required nutrients in the water itself and give the plant the proper environmental conditions like temperature and pH balance, and so it will grow without any need for soil. Isn't it interesting, friends? But the important thing to remember here is that a particular environment and nutrients won't work for all types of plants, so it has to be adjusted accordingly. It means that growing carrots will take a different type of temperature, nutrient-rich water, and even technique.
You want to see?
That
What
way
can I
tomatoes
take you
or
to the
any other plant.
chapter? Oh, we'll finish this chapter today. Come on. So organic farming again I'm taking in. Okay, so directly come to that FAO. Have you seen this FAO branding anywhere? FAO. अब बहुत सारा फूड प्रोडक्ट्स में रहेगा and there are two symbols you might have seen. ठीक है? ऐसा डाला रहेगा and ये भी ऐसा डाला रहेगा. This is in G, green, and this is in red. G stands for what? Veggie, and R stands, that is red in color रहेगा तो it is non-veg. Okay, तो ये पूरा इंडिया में एक FAO करके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में ये पूरा देखता है. Let us see that FAO very quickly. According to Food and Agriculture Organization, organic agriculture open bracket is a unique production management system which promotes and enhances agro ecosystem health. बस close that. अब ये notebook में लिखो. What is organic farming? Or define organic farm and write this definition. As per FAO, it means so you write the definition given by FAO. written. So we go ahead. Look here. Principles of organic farming, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let it be here only. And if any question comes, study from here. Organic farming should, open bracket, sustain and enhance the health of soil, plants, animals, and human beings. What do you mean by sustain? It should not cause any unwanted effects. Second one, should be based on living ecological system and cycles. Close that bracket. Third, should build on relationship that ensure fairness with environment and life opportunities. वो बाकी cut कर दो, देखा उसे make change. It should be managed in a precautionary and responsible manner. अभी ये डाल दो notebook में. Main principles of organic farming are, exam में आता है, main principles of organic farming are. Okay. And whatever I need you to mark, you write one below the other. Put A, B, C, and D. Understand and write. Again, you don't understand, please ask. Okay. This chapter also, the rest things will mark it. Done? All four done? Wait. In exam also write like this only. And why here some special for me? Not interested in writing. Show me a normal handwriting anywhere. Now, anybody you don't write. It's like a sketchy. I remember the PTM also your mother was worried for your handwriting. There. ये ठीक है ना, ये ऐसे क्यों नहीं लिखता है? This will take long time, is there? Your handwriting only, na? Try to be. Then they're not going to save yourself, is it? Okay. Now we are going to the characteristics. Put number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. No need of writing, only will mark from here. 1. Protecting the long-term fertility of soil. Bus. Open bracket, protecting, close bracket, soils. 2. Providing crop nutrients indirectly. Indirectly, bus. Third, maintaining nitrogen self-sufficiency through the use of legumes. That is third. And what is the fourth? Preventing weeds, disease, pests by relying primarily on crop rotation. Close the bracket. Fifth, providing alternative care and management of livestock. That's enough. Careful attention to the impact of farming system on wider environment. Close the bracket. That's it. I want at least there are 6 there. I want you to learn all, not 6, at least 3, and tell me whatever I marked you. Instead of making you to write, that will be easy. Learn 3. First 3 first, second 3 next. All are going to say it to me. Let's see how quickly you learn. You are unable to learn, tell me. Is it difficult to learn? Then I will make you to learn. All 6. Sure. Take yourself some time. Don't stammer in between. Take your time. Take your time. The more quickly you learn, the more quickly you forget. Solidly learn karo. Don't. The next time onwards, please write something. Or if not, I'll say the page. Let me see. Ready? Clap the voice of the. Chalo, let's start with her. 1, 2, 3. Chalo.
By protecting the long-term fertility of the soil, by giving the crop and nutrient indirectly, and by maintaining the self-sufficient, by maintaining the nitrogen self-sufficiency by the use of
Leguminous plants, yes, good.
providing, protecting the long-term fertility of soil,
Okay. So he's on a skyboard. Second one.
providing the crop nutrient,
Eh?
crop nutrients to soil. That
And the third one, use of leguminous plants to restore the utility, fertility, sorry. He's good in learning, but very lazy in writing. Leguminous plants. You know what is leguminous plants? What is this? In science, you got it. Nitrogen fixing bacteria, suna hai? What is that? Rhizobium azotobacter. Correct? What does it do? Nitrogen which is there in the air. And can you name any plant? Jo leguminous hai? Groundnut, moongfali. And the roots have nodules. So they absorb the atmospheric nitrogen and bring it to the soil. Yes, 4, 5, 6.
preventing weeds, this and pesticides on primarily relying on the crop rotation by providing attentive and attentive care and management of livestock and by last one and there.
Take it, chalega. I'll give it to a second sense to her. 4, 5, 6. Not learned. By the time I was, Ajay, you have learned? Ajay, at least he'll say.
preventing
Take it.
and best.
It's okay. It's okay. Go home and learn. Okay? Bol do.
Against the attention to the impact of farming system on a wider environment.
Let us go to the last topic. Very good. She has told all 6. Good to him. Very good. Why not the 3, 4, 5, 6, 6? Difficult. ये देखो जब ये ऐसा टॉपिक आता है ना, it is very easy thing to take into your brain. Just learn, and I can use that word vomit. Produced it in the paper. Importance of organic. First point, Adro. Promotes the use of crop rotation and cover crops. Encourage balanced relationship. Promote the use. वहां से लेके last तक. So what is this host and predator? Who is the host?
Plants.
Soil. Plant. And who is the predator? Sir, that bee comes. है ना? And you might have done that asexual reproduction. What does this bee do? Sir, it sits on the plants. And that stigma or tomato sticks on to the leg. It goes to the another area and drops it. The pollination starts. So what you and me understand, it is very simple, sir. Insect, हम लोग एक mat लेके पीछे पीछे मान देते हैं. But there in the farm, these are the main producer, or they help in the new plant. Okay. Second point I'm explaining: organic residues and nutrient produced on the farm are recycled back to the soil. इसको हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? Composting. You know what is composting? मालूम पड़ा ये इंसान गधा सबको लेके जाके उधर अंदर दबा रहा है. सर इसको भी कब नहीं भाई वेस्ट है. I don't know, last 2 weeks, not 2 weeks, 3, 4 days I've been watching that movie. Drishyam, is it? Drishyam 2 or what? Very funny, not funny, very interesting movie. How this Ajay Devgan character fools. You have watched this, right? In fact, I watched in vernacular, Malayalam. The original version is Malayalam. And you should watch it, how beautifully that actor does it. हमको वो सीन में डर लगता है जब लोग जाके वो खोदता है and the foul smell is coming and everybody knows now Ajay Devgan is going to the police. मालूम पड़ा वो काऊ का बच्चा है ना, काफ को उठा के ऊपर रखता है. And finally the second part, the last scene, when they come to know that yes, put that son inside the police station only. And everyone is happy now, he's going to go for the ride in the. But then they say ये कौन सा मजाक चल रहा है? जो बोन मिला है वो तो लड़के का साथ डीएनए का मैच ही नहीं कर. He has oversmarted that time also. He has replaced I think some bones of one other boy. दूसरा किसी को उठा के उसने कर दी. और वो लेडी कौन है जो बार बार बोलते रहते साउथी फेल ने उन्हें डिफीट कर दी. It is not Southie fail. That person keeps watching all kinds of movies. You remember? सब detectives movies ये वो देखते रहते, सारा idea तो उसको वहां से मिलता है. हाँ. So when we believe what is the soil can do, soil can digest even human being also. If soil is digesting, then the bacteria which are present in it.
अभी भी केस हुआ था,
कौन सा?
एक थी औरत जिसे अपने
थियोरा?
औरत थी एक,
अच्छा.
जिसने
औरत एक ही थी. ठीक.
उसने अपने हस्बैंड को मार दिया
अरे
था
बाप रे, ये तो
और कान के अंदर रख के किया था.
अरे नहीं, अभी ये आगे. Nowadays these ladies are, अरे that boy who has been married and taken to Nepal ना, उधर जाके उसने अपने बॉयफ्रेंड के साथ जॉब करके पार्सल करके आ गई और इधर आके बोल रही है कि मेरा हस्बैंड गायब है. अरे बात तो नहीं है. So this especially boy sides are very dangerous. जाने का नहीं नहीं नहीं, इधर ही रह लेते हैं, पता नहीं what they are going to do. Now this I don't know, this media has played a very big role. Actually देखो दृश्यम is a movie which is a concept where you should understand and enjoy and forget it. But बहुत लोग रहता है अच्छा ये idea है ना?
And in Thor, they did Surpanakha Dahan. They like burned the.
Yeah, I know she got a lot of stories. I just wanted to say all of this. Let us go to the next one. Preventive insects and disease control methods. बस उतना ही. अच्छा, using crop rotation and genetics and resistant varieties. Growing improved की जगह पर you write growing. Last one. Integrated pest and resistant varieties are grown. बस are grown. अभी ये लिखो. List out the main importance exam में. List out question. List out the main importance of organic farming. List out the main importance of, I say OF, that is organic farming. Question here. Answer is 1, 2. Carefully likhna. This is something new for you. And while writing only learn it. Don't get panicky tension. And handwriting, good. Yes, my dear.
Body को decompose करने
कितना वक्त चाहिए? It depends on the body. समझ? Why you are seriously asking all this? कुछ है क्या plan में? है तो पहले ही छोड़ दो यार. They say it's minimum 6 months where except this skull and our jaw line, बाकी सब कुछ खा लेंगे. हाँ ये सच है. तो तुरंत कोई तांत्रिक विंत्रिक उठा के आता है, मैं बाबा है, अरे बाबा ने अभी वहां से उठा. हाँ. Decompose the bodies inside the water only.
This is a solution that can decompose the
Piranha's fish I have seen also abroad, and it has sharp teeth.
There's a technical solution called piranha solution that can decompose bodies into carbon dioxide or something.
Of course. Piranha, but why are you searching for it?
I searched it for fun when I was small, but some for hide the dead body.
You are hiding the dead body.
I searched it.
That piranha fish wala na?
There's something called piranha solution.
ये ना? Yes, so it's solutions uses that है ना? तो फिर crime तो और ही बढ़ जाएगा. Ooh, this one? Yes. See, तो chicken को हाथ में. Hey, that is piranha fish only. Let's see.
तो ये है चिकन लेग पीस पर
आराम से बैठो.
बैठने वाले पिराना मछली के मुंह में. तो इसके लिए हमें बनाना होगा एक पिराना सॉल्यूशन. पिराना सॉल्यूशन मिक्सचर होता है सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड का और हाइड्रोजन पेरोक्साइड का. इन दोनों को अगर हम इक्वल अमाउंट में मिक्स करते हैं तो बहुत ही खतरनाक और रिएक्टिव चीज बनती है जो अपने अंदर हर चीज को खा जाती है. एक्चुअली ये पिराना सॉल्यूशन है राइट. किसी भी चीज में अगर कार्बन होगा तो उसको रिएक्ट करके कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड में कन्वर्ट कर देगा. अभी जो चिकन लेग पीसेस हड्डी है, मांस है, इन सब के अंदर लार्ज अमाउंट में कार्बन है. धीरे धीरे रिएक्शन शुरू हो चुकी है और ये कंटेनर बहुत ज्यादा गर्म हो चुका है. लगभग 5 सेकंड के बाद आप देख सकते हैं सारा का सारा फ्लेश तो डिसॉल्व हो ही गया है, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड में कन्वर्ट हो गया. रिएक्शन बहुत ज्यादा विगरस होती जा रही है. आवाजें सुनिए. रिएक्शन कंट्रोल से बाहर होने के लिए इस कंटेनर को उठा के बाहर रखना पड़ा. एंड विद इन लगभग 5 मिनट इसके अंदर जो बोन थी वो भी कंप्लीटली डिसॉल्व हो चुकी है और इसके अंदर कुछ नहीं बचा. तो ये पिराना सॉल्यूशन तो ये है चिकन लेग पीस और पांच मिनट को लाइक मूवमेंट तो इसके लिए हमें बनाना होगा एक पिराना सॉल्यूशन पिराना सॉल्यूशन मिक्सचर होता है सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड का और हाइड्रोजन पेरोक्साइड का इन दोनों को अगर हम इक्वल अमाउंट में मिक्स करते हैं तो बहुत बड़ी
Chemicals you cannot produce it, मतलब you cannot get it unless and until you are a laboratory fellow. Yes.
Most people try to treat procrastination with hard.
What is that word called as? जो नहीं दिखता उसको बिलीव करते हैं ना.
It is often used as a last resort in laboratories to remove stubborn organic material.
That is a cotton, sir.
First, 30 milliliters of
ये तो
concentrated
formula के
sodium
साथ है.
hydroxide.
Yeah, you see,
Next,
it seems to be very
30
interesting.
milliliters, 30% nitrogen.
Trees to watch.
Different amounts of sulfuric acid and hydrogen peroxide can be used.
Writing करते
Just
करते
try to
देखो.
maintain a ratio of 3:1 sulfuric acid to nitrogen peroxide. It's extremely important that you add the
Hydrogen peroxide and sulfuric
acid and not the other way around.
केमिस्ट्री फ्रेंड्स है कुछ
Make sure to
लोग
become extremely dated.
कि भाई वो सॉल्यूशन जरा बना के रेडी रखते हैं ना. कुछ हुआ तो स्लोली डाल के बाद जाए. This is what he has piranha. Acetic acid. I heard this Drishyam 3 is also going to be released quick. तो मजा आएगा. पर उसमें जो वो पुलिस का एक्टर कौन है वो तकलू मोहम्मद विनोद खन्ना का बेटा कौन सा है उसका नाम कुछ तो खन्ना.
उसमें तो body
Correct. But I like the movie just because of this man called Ajay Devgan. वो तब तो कुछ भी acted.
My sister is forensic, so बता देगा.
Colin 6, what is it?
Yeah.
Where is she in?
Forensic department.
Forensic.
Yes.
So forensic सुना है.
You know about Dexter is
Dexter.
yeah, it's a TV series about a person in forensics who kills bad people and stuff.
अरे दोनों बच्चे लोग हैं ना. What is it? What's it? Dexter.
Yeah, it's like DDX.
Yeah, that's it. Dexter.
No, DEX.
तो वही था था.
No, the he put there.
अच्छा, beginning it is D. Yeah. मेरा एक friend है, she वो तो कभी बात भी नहीं करती, वो crime branch में है. ये ना, ये
The worst one.
it's my Einstein children are teaching me so many things. It's a series.
Yeah, it's about a person who's a forensic expert who kills people
तो sorry,
and he hides their bodies inside their liver.
next occupation, is it? Very good. Meaning. Your real sister is working in forensic Hyderabad, is it?
Cousin,
Where? Hyderabad.
the copy contact me. Better from.
ये कौन सा cousin है क्या बेबी बचपन से नहीं ये है ना
The person now.
ये oh my God.
The best ways to watch Dexter. Over the last year, Dexter has been rising in popularity and it's only going to become more popular as time goes on. I've talked about Dexter on the channel before, and a lot of the comments that I get are about the best
Series
ways to
of
watch the show
Yeah,
and
it's
whether
a
the
series
latest
about
season are worth watching. So here are two
Yeah,
different routes
the
you can
Marvel
take.
side
The
is
first are for
different.
those who want to
Yeah,
take the Dexter
more
fandom
than
and that's in general. That means all seasons of the original show, New Blood, and the ongoing prequel original series. Or Resurrection comes out this summer. However, if you're only interested in watching great television, this other route is for you. I strongly believe that the first 4 seasons are the best.
So the question coming in,
The best way to preserve that is by dropping the show after season 5. The ending feels the most conclusive out of any season, and this is also when the show starts to dip in quality. So if you want to get off the Dexter ship, this is your best chance. So those are the best ways to watch Dexter. Over the last year, Dexter has had a runs.
Okay, some nice things.
The then finally great जो था मैं काया को भूल गया तो लोगों को जलाता था और मारता
आपके पास हो गया यार आप लोग दोनों ऐसे ऐसे इंफॉर्मेशन देते ही जाएंगे। हाँ ये मुझे जानना था पहले तो बोला था मैं
Whenever Mumbai is depicted in Bollywood films, you've often seen the large boulders lying around Marine Drive.
Right.
But the question is, why are such large boulders placed there, and who actually places them? The boulders you see around Marine Drive are called tetrapods. They aren't simply placed on the seashore. There's a very important reason behind placing them on the seashore. The sea waves on Marine Drive are very strong. If these boulders weren't placed, the powerful waves would sweep away all the soil on Marine Drive and its surroundings, and gradually, all the roads surrounding Marine Drive would be swept away by these waves. Therefore, to protect the soil from erosion, these boulders are placed in such a way that they act as a boundary for the waves. Whenever Mumbai is depicted in Bollywood films, you've often seen the large boulders lying around Marine Drive. But the question is, why are such large boulders placed there, and who actually places them? The boulders you see around Marine Drive are called tetrapods. They aren't simply placed on the seashore, and there's a very important reason behind placing them on the sea.
इंडिया का वन ऑफ द बेस्ट बीच में डेवलप कर दिस इज इट अच्छा ही इज जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट द शो राइट ही इज द मेन माइकल सी हॉलैंड डेविड जिया ही इज जल्दी पैक कर लो hey when we are meeting next week shall we continue with the new chapter or shall we do the maps first? Is any of the schools have asked for maps? We have done out of 6 na or 5 we have done 3 and the rest 3 we will do it in the maybe coming week and before we are meeting next time making one point very clear check with your school syllabus how many schools are not having this December exam?
I have exams in November.
That is this month.
Yes.
When is it?
70.
So that is only a part of the portion, not the whole portion. When will be your final exam? Fair. And normally they tell कि whole portion लेगा या थोड़ा लेगा ऐसा कुछ पता है? Whole book. ठीक है, till that time. चलो move. Straight to books. Bye bye and